my YouTube channel. My name is Priscilla, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my transition from a career in psychology to tech. Let's get into it. So if you check one of my previous videos, I already mentioned that I've got a degree in psychology with criminology. With psychology, I think it's very interesting because I think there's like a high demand for psychology degrees at university. Loads of students love psychology, but at the same time lots of people actually regret their degrees in psychology because it got them nowhere in life. So I already kind of knew this before I went to university, but it was always on my mind, like, okay, I'm going to get a degree in psychology, but I'm going to get my master's and I'm going to get my doctorate or PhD because my end goal was to become a forensic psychologist. When I graduated university, despite having experience as a support worker, I was still unable to find a role as an assistant psychologist. I sent out so many applications and I never ever got an interview. Like, never. For assistant psychologist, never. There was only one time when I was approached by a recruiter on LinkedIn regarding a job for the Independent Office for Police Conduct, I think that's how you call it, and it was like a trainee investigator role. Now, you don't even understand how excited I was when this recruiter approached me. Like, that was my dream job. Not my dream job, but I really wanted to be a forensic psychologist. So I thought to myself, you know, I already have the degree, I studied for 3 years, I do understand psychology a bit, I do understand criminology as well, so I'm pretty sure that I'll get this job. Because keep in mind, this was a trainee position. The pay was like, at the time, maybe 25 grand a year, so it wasn't a lot. But the recruiter approached me. She said, oh, I think you'd be a very good fit for this position, and I applied for it. It was a very long and complex process. Basically, you need to complete 2 different assessments, and then you had like role play during the interview, and you had a mock panel, not a mock panel, like an actual panel with 3 different people asking questions from back to back. And it took me a lot of time to prepare myself for the interview, and it was a lot of effort. And in the end, although it was a trainee investigator position, which they would give you training on the job for a year, you didn't need a degree for this job, still I failed that interview.
What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
So I tried applying for probation officer roles or trainee probation officer, prison guard. I hope my mom doesn't see this, but yeah, I was applying for those jobs, and guess what? Nope. Rejected. No interviews at all. And then I decided to apply for a master's degree. I applied for a master's in forensic psychology at 2 different universities, 2 or 3, and they were like, yeah, we're happy to take you, you know what I mean? And those were good universities, so they gave me my schedule and everything. They just say, oh, you just need to accept the offer, just say yes. And in the end, I was like, nah, I'm not going to university to study forensic psychology. For me, there was no guarantee that after me completing my master's and placement as well, there was no guarantee that I was actually going to become a forensic psychologist, because that field in the UK is very different. It takes a very different approach from the American approach, okay? There's very few registered forensic psychologists in the UK. I think there's more in America. Where I think most people prefer the clinical psychologists or therapists. I know I studied psychology, but I never wanted to be a therapist or anything to do with counseling. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be more on the forensic side of things. But then again, I never really got to experience what that would be like because I was never given an opportunity. So I just literally told myself I'm fighting for something that I don't even know if it's real. I don't even know what a forensic psychologist would do in the UK because I never met one. you look up the salary of like forensic psychologists or just psychologists in general, it's very good. It's a very good salary, but you need to put a lot of effort into getting there. And I was like, okay, I know I can get a master's in psychology, I know I can get a doctorate, I know I can, or a PhD, whatever it is that I need, I know I can get it done. But the thing is, I was broke. I was broke. When I finished university, honey, I was broke. I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license, I was living on a shared house. It's not an issue with living in a shared house, but I'm just giving you like some context, okay? I was struggling. So I really said to myself, girl, are you really like gonna take another loan? You're gonna, you know, get a degree in psychology, and you don't even know if you're gonna get the job that you want, because even with like my experience as a support worker, that wasn't enough to land me a job. So what makes you think that, you know, just doing a little master's degree in psychology with placement, that's gonna land you a job? It might even land you a job, but you probably have to go to a different country, which I wasn't really trying to do at that point. So you know what, I just said to myself, I'm not going to uni like to study psychology again, because sometimes we have our hopes and dreams, and we think that, oh, I want to become a rapper, I want to become a singer, a dancer, an actress, whatever, and that's all I want to do in life, and I'm going to invest in that. But sometimes, like, I feel like now that I'm 25, when you mature, like, you realize that not everything is for you. Like, it's not every dream that you have that you need to chase it. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but like, it just wasn't right at that time, you know. It wasn't for me, and that's okay. I've accepted that. And someone commented in one of my videos, and they said, you know what, you got a degree in psychology, that's the problem. You should start thinking about, you know, STEM, like think about something to do with science and technology. And it hit me. I was like, okay, you know what, maybe this stranger, like, this person is right. One of my friends, he was applying for an IT online course, and the company that he was looking at was IT Online Learning, which obviously I ended up reaching out to them, and I told them that I was interested. But even when I said I was interested in a course, in a cybersecurity course, my friend was like, oh, but you a woman, what do you mean you're gonna like study cybersecurity? You should do like project management or something, because cybersecurity is too technical for you. And I was like, this boy, like, what is he saying? You know what, I'm going to do this, you know, I'm going to study cybersecurity. One of the things that I really liked is that they give you like a personal tutor, they give you like all the materials that they need, and obviously you've got a voucher so you can purchase the exam. To take the exam, but it doesn't include retakes. That's fine. You've got all the content that you need, you know, all the videos, all the study materials. You've got personal tutor, and then when you get to a certain stage where you pass your A+ and Network Plus, they help you with your CV. So you get a free, not free because you're already paying for the whole thing, right? But yeah, they do a CV review, and also they help you find a job, and they say after, I don't know, 12 months or whatever, finishing the course, if you can't find a job, they give you the money back. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I like. And then I started doing my research into the field of cybersecurity. Obviously, there are not many entry-level cybersecurity jobs in the UK, because the ones that claim to be entry-level, you still need like a year of experience or a degree in computer science or IT, which I don't have, okay? But just looking at the jobs, like if you just type IT or network engineer or whatever, there's loads and loads of jobs. And if I compare it to when I was looking for jobs as an assistant psychologist, like, it is a massive difference, because when I passed the CompTIA A+ Core 1, just the Core 1, mind you that in order for you to be certified, A+ certified, you need to pass 2 exams. I just passed one of them, and I was delusional, because I was like, not desperate, but I wanted to find a job in IT. I wanted to be able to say like, yes, you know, I work in IT. I wanted to be able to say that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good with computers and stuff. So I just passed the A+ Core 1, and I was already applying for IT roles. And guess what? I got it. Not one, not two. I got 2 job offers. I'm not talking about interviews, okay? Because I had more interviews than that. I just decided not to go. But I had 2 job offers just with the CompTIA A+ Core 1. I got a job offer for IT help desk, and the other one was for an IT config engineer. I wanted the config engineer because I felt like, you know what, that sounds really good, you know, it would look good on my CV as well, like configuration engineer. The only problem with that one is because it was a night shift and I don't do night shifts, and the pay wasn't that good. I mean, it was entry level, but I didn't feel like doing I think it was 40 hours or something like that for like 21 grand a year plus night shift allowance. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. Like, I went on that interview and she gave me the job on the spot, okay? And she was like, you know what, you're so passionate about this, and obviously this is night shift, so we're not going to lie to you, because a lot of people don't want to work night shifts, especially for minimum wage. But there's something about you, like, I see it, like, you really confident, you presented yourself really well, so I'm giving you the job right now. And I was like, yes, I'll take it. But obviously when I saw the contract, I decided not to take it. Second interview, which is for the job I'm doing now, which is IT help desk, I got interviewed like, I don't know, 12-ish. By 2 o'clock they were like, we like you, we want to give you the job, you can start next week. Do you get it? So for me, this was a massive change, because I've never experienced that in my life. I was like struggling to get jobs, not to get interviews, because I would get the interviews, but I was struggling to get a job. Even like for people to read my CV, they were not trying to hire me, they were not reaching out to me, you know. It was only when I changed to a career in IT that I started seeing a change, that my life is not the same as it was before. So, and then when I passed the CompTIA A+, so I did Core 2, I was now A+ certified. Recruiters on LinkedIn, I feel like 5 or 6 of them approaching me. Mind you, I don't even have like 40 connections on LinkedIn. I don't be on LinkedIn like that. I just post my certificates, like a few things here and there, and that's it. I don't use LinkedIn like that. But recruiters, they were approaching me, oh, we like your CV,
Bruh.
So this whole time I've been like struggling to get a decent job, because when I graduated, with a first, I was working in a warehouse, baby. I worked as a warehouse operative.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
So now you're telling me that just because I passed this CompTIA A+ thingy, that now I'm getting all these recruiters like approaching me like, where were you this whole time? Where was you before when I needed that money? When I was struggling, I was sad, I was depressed. I was like, is this all it takes? You know what I mean? So I'm just like really like happy that I made the decision that I made. I decided to change and start learning about cybersecurity. I'm starting a coding boot camp as well. Don't ask me why, it was free, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it because I'm trying to better myself, okay? I come from the struggle. Don't play with me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I come from the struggle. I come from nothing. I'm just trying to make it. And just me changing like my whole mentality, and then trying to know more about tech, more about coding, about cybersecurity, about hardware, software, all of this, it changed my life. And I'm really happy that I made the transition when I did. You know, I'm 25. I'm happy that I made that transition now. And honestly, I can't wait to see where like all the certificates and all this coding bootcamp is going to take me in life. Like, I'm excited. I haven't felt like this excited in a very long time. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Like, just, you know, believe in yourself, work hard, be delusional like I am, you know, apply for those IT roles. Eventually you're going to get it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Ciao ciao.